Cincinnati's Oldies Network.
WDJO, Cincinnati.
The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Hey, good summer morning, everybody. My name's Gary Rossignol, the rock and roll realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group, your host every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. We have been social distancing since mid-March, and we're all safe and healthy here at WDJO because we're all about learning, having fun, and enjoying life and good music. This is a family show, and this morning I have Jason and Son. There we go. We'll have Jason Lefker and his 24-year-old, 22. Wow, younger than I thought. 22-year-old son, Dakota. And they're here representing Junk King.
Good morning.
Good morning. Got your theme song. Listen. Take a listen.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We aim to please. You betcha. All right. So before we get started with the family from Junk King, I'm going to give you a chance to win a $10 gift card to Starbucks, and it's this simple. Just call 513-563-1480. If you haven't won in the past 60 days, you qualify today to win that gift card. All you have to do is answer this question. What is the name of the group who had the 1963 hit Wipeout?
I've been loving
Wrong
one. New engineer.
There we go. What's the name of the group that had the 1963 hit Wipeout? You know the answer to that question, call us up at 513-563-1480. Give Kevin the answer to the question, and you will get a $10 gift card to Starbucks. There you go. It's that simple. Wow. The rock and roll realtor meets the Mr. DJ. Then thought I forgot about that, huh?
Yes, I didn't know you remembered that at all.
Absolutely. You bet. I do my homework.
Yeah.
So you did that for a long time.
Yeah, about 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I officially retired from DJing in December of last year.
All right.
Yep.
So you went to some of his gigs, right, Dakota?
A couple of them.
All right. Did you ever help out?
Here and there.
Yeah. All right. Good. Is he pretty good?
All right.
Oh,
Thanks, bud.
aren't the kids awful truthful?
Oh, man, the truth is like a dagger.
Maybe it's a good thing you retired. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah, my time has come and went.
But now you're with a company that's growing by leaps and bounds. I mean, I remember I've known Jack and his whole family for years and years, and you're the original owner, Pete. Sat in these seats many times, and I heard his story over and over. What a beautiful guy he was.
He was the absolute best. And the Sanford and Son, it just tickled him every time he would play that. You would play that when he came on. He just loved it. He thought it was just the coolest thing.
So, Junk King, Cincinnati, you're also Dayton, and you're growing by leaps and bounds. You've got a new office opening here in Cincinnati.
We've got big news, big happenings at Junk King. I'm going to drop it right now.
Go for it.
Jack Brendamore is becoming part owner of
Wow.
Junk King.
Okay.
I'm not sure of all the details of how it works out, but it's exciting for us because when Pete, I've actually been at Junk King longer than Jack, just by a little bit.
Yeah.
But when we brought Jack on, we doubled our business in like a year, and then it doubled again. And unfortunately, Pete passed away.
Right.
But since then, we've probably quadrupled
Wow.
business. So we're expanding. We have a lot of things in the works. We signed a new lease for some new retail space in Dayton. We also are looking at purchasing property in South Cincinnati, down on the Kellogg Avenue area.
Okay.
That'll be closing in the next 30 to 45 days. We should be moving into a new spot in Dayton in the next 2 weeks. And then we are also pushing into Lexington and Louisville.
Wow.
So we're just growing in leaps and bounds, and it's super exciting time.
let's give the credit where credit's due because Pete set this all up.
That's right.
I mean, he brought Jack in and taught him.
That's right.
His
We were growing
format.
at a 40% clip before Jack came on.
Mm-hmm. And Jack just took.
He just
Pete's,
knew how to turn the
Yeah,
corner. And
right. Yeah.
It's all about scaling. You know, we're scaling our business on a daily basis.
When you say scaling, what do you mean?
So we're purchasing trucks. We're adding new
Oh, yeah,
staff.
right.
We're
You're not scaling down. You're scaling
that's
up.
right. We're scaling up, upward and onward, as Pete would say.
Yeah.
So we're pushing forward. We're buying new trucks. This year alone, we've purchased 4 new trucks. We've got 5 and 6 on the way. Our dumpster business has been just driving the market as far as getting our name in every neighborhood in Cincinnati. Our dumpster options are a really cheap, economical way to get rid of junk without having the intrusion of people coming in and out of your house, especially this time of COVID and all the social distancing concerns.
Yeah. One
of the cool things that we've been able to do, and we've been able to offer these, touchless removals. So people can get a roll-off dumpster. They have it for 3 days. They put it in there. We come in and get it out that quick. We don't even see them. We don't talk to them. Everything's done either electronically through the phone or the internet. So people feel really good about that. They can also, but when they do that, that's a big billboard in every neighborhood that we go in. So people are getting educated about what we do and what sets us apart from our competition. And mainly, the biggest thing that sets us apart from our competition is our trucks are bigger. Bigger's better, right? We're about $20 less per fraction, which means, there's about 13 fractions on a truck. Most junk removal services charge the same way. So, they charge per fraction of the truck. Ours are about $20 less than our nearest competitor. So you're getting more on our truck for less money. And then on the backside of that, we don't take it to the dump. Our competitors, all they can do is take it to the dump because they don't have a facility to take it to. We have a 25,000 square foot facility in Sharonville, in addition to the one we're adding in Cincinnati South, the 2 locations we'll have in Lexington and Louisville, and the location that we're adding in Dayton. Ultimately, we look to add on the west side as well and really have just a nice rounded situation so we can service a lot of these donation and recycle partners.
Wow. So, Dakota, you're a marketing manager at Junk King.
Yes, sir.
22 years old. Now, how does anybody get 22 years old and end up marketing manager of a company like Junk King?
So I started at Junk King, I want to say the winter break of my freshman year of college, and I just started out on trucks. Been there my entire time. I actually spent a little bit of time down at the Junk King in Tampa, Florida. So I was down there for about 7 or 8 months. Just kind of took a step away from Cincinnati, growing up here, and it was cool experience to get to see a different they're a smaller franchise than we are, so getting to see it from a different perspective, and coming back, finishing up my degree, getting my marketing degree, and just big thanks to Jack really believes in me and what I can bring to the company, and excited to get moving forward. Just started last week.
So are you bringing a lot of fresh new ideas to Junk King?
Yeah, I would say we're just getting started with a lot of the things that we want to do, and we're getting the ability to get where we want to be. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to bring what I can bring to the table.
How big a marketing department do you have? With all the different locations, do you need special marketing for Dayton versus Cincinnati and going into Lexington, Louisville?
Yes, so we have different groups that we meet with. That's a big part of our marketing, just meeting with the right individuals to get our face in the right places. So there's myself and one other person in the sales office. We kind of we both head up the sales and taking care of that. And Jack still is pretty involved in the marketing as well. We kind of bounce the ideas back and forth there.
Yeah. Now, he's a busy guy. He's got 2 new twins.
That's right. Yes, he is.
Moved into a new house, and he's growing Junk King like crazy. And I know he's involved in CARE, which is Cincinnati Aging Resource Experts. And, we love him to death. He's just, he's taken Pete's dreams and wants and just kept going with it.
He has a tremendous drive. Yeah, Jack's really driven, super
But if you
ambitious.
meet him, he's kind of laid back and quiet. And I between you and me, we won't tell Jack, but I like having you guys in here. Jack, I got a pull things out of Jack sometime until you hit his exciting point and he opens up.
That's right. Once he warms up, he's very ambitious, and for us, when I first started at Junk King, we were very small. You remember?
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
I
3
know.
trucks. We were just treading water for the most part to try to get the company over the hump. And Jack's just he's so driven and ambitious. No customer has ever fallen off to the wayside. He makes sure that any interaction that a customer has with us is a positive one.
Yeah.
And if it's not, we want to know why. And Jack will get to the bottom of it. And I've seen him talk to customers in some really awkward situations and totally, where they were unhappy about this or that or a price. And by the end of the conversation, they wanted to pay us a little bit more because they really realized.
Don't you love it when your customers and clients say, "Did you get paid enough?" I get that all the time. I love it.
Jack is just so good at educating people and informing them about how we make a difference. And
Yeah.
our company does. It's just such a good feeling. As we have gotten bigger, we're able to support more and more and more, charities and donation partners, and we just make a huge difference throughout the city.
Yeah.
And we look forward to doing that in Lexington and Louisville and even more in Northern Kentucky.
Absolutely. We have any winners? No? The trivia question, what's the name of the group that had the 1963 hit Wipeout? Come on, folks, 513-563-1480. I'm dying to give away some gift cards to Starbucks. Jack's watching. He said, you guys are absolutely amazing employees, and he's so proud of you. Mark Meinhardt's watching. Gary Sullivan's watching. Larry McCormick. Gary Sullivan. We know Gary Sullivan. He's fan. We got Julie McGraw's watching. Jane Remax is watching. We got tons of people watching this morning. Carol, Francis Flynn. Great. Thanks, folks, for watching. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Junk King, Cincinnati, Dayton, soon to be Louisville and Lexington at 888-888-JUNK. That's 5865. 888-888-5865. If you have junk, and when we come back from our break, we're going to talk a little bit about what junk is, and we're going to talk a lot more about some of your donation partners, the recycling opportunities, because I love your concept. You just don't haul the stuff to the landfills.
That's
you
right.
do a lot of good stuff with it. I'd like to take this moment and express my gratitude to all our troops, veterans, first responders, and our heroes in service and healthcare, the nurses, doctors, nurses' aides, healthcare staff, EMT staff, police, and firefighters. So often they deal with life and death situations, and especially during this pandemic. Thank them and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. I have a client who's a Cincinnati police officer, and with the things changing in our society recently, he's been working 10, 12-hour days, 14 hours a day. It's incredible. And he's got a young family, and he works hard. He does a good job. And, we don't thank them enough.
No, we don't.
And with some of the rumblings going on, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You
My brother's a deputy sheriff, his uncle. So, we appreciate our law enforcement.
There you go.
We support the Bill Brewer Foundation.
Okay.
That's one of the charities that we support. So,
Right.
yeah, we support the Blue for sure.
Yeah, great. Got 3 minutes? Good. All right. So I wanted to ask you, Dakota, how do you market a junk company? I mean, what do you have to sell? What's your message to the folks?
Yeah, I would say our biggest message is what we were talking about with the recycling and how we strive to be the greenest of the junk removal companies. When people know that what they are giving us isn't going to the landfill and it can be repurposed in any way that we possibly can, whether it's donated or even used in our office, as long as it's getting used again, that's one of our big selling points.
Mm-hmm.
So just getting that message to the right people. And, I think Pete actually told me this one time. He said 90% of people don't need junk removal right now, but 90% of those people are going to need us at some point in their life.
Right.
So it's just getting our name in their head, and when they do need us, to just not even have a question in their head who they're going to call.
Right. I know. Myself, I'll be calling you in the next few weeks because my wife just got a new fancy crock pot, which is a quick cooker type thing. and we've got like 4 or 5 crock pots in the garage. We've got an old washer and dryer in the garage. We got old tables and chairs. We've probably got a half a truckload just in the garage that needs to go. And the back shed we got stuff. We got stuff in the basement. We got stuff upstairs. And if you call Junk King at 888-888-JUNK, you come out, you send 2 guys out in a truck, and you don't charge by the hour.
Nope.
You don't charge by how far they have to walk or climb to get the stuff.
Nope. And
if they fill the truck, it's what, $550 or something like that?
a full truck is $625. Minimum is $115. What you're talking about, probably around a half a truck, and it's about $400.
Yeah. Wow. So
And
ladies
we do
and
all the
gentlemen-
labor. I mean, I was at a customer. I went and did an estimate for a swing set tear down, and we were talking. And the neighbor had one that was slightly bigger, so they wanted a price on kind of both of them so that they would have an idea. I think I quoted them $425. It was slightly more than a half of a truck, and $435. And they were like, "Well, how much would it be if we tore it down and you hauled it off?"
Yeah.
I said, $350. And they're like, "You're kidding me? It only costs $100 more for you guys to tear it down?" I'm like, absolutely. I mean,
No big deal. That's great. That's great. So we need to go for our first break, and afterwards we're going to have a moment with Myles, and then Jason and Dakota will share about the Junk King donation partners and the recycling opportunities. This is very unique in junk collection, something I don't think anybody else does to the level that you guys do it. So if you have a question, you can call us at 513-563-1480. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 1079.
For years, so start spreading the news. Get on, let's rock the house.
We'll be glad you did. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. The moment we have been waiting for all week long. This is the captain of our ship, Mr. Myles Beersford. This is A Moment with Myles. Good morning, Myles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend.
How are you doing?
Gary, the National Association of Realtors' latest survey finds that 3 out of every 4 realtors surveyed reported that their clients haven't reduced their prices to attract buyers. Yes, that means we are still in a seller's market. And further news is that number is up from a week ago. Also, the survey concluded that 30% of realtors said they were able to complete nearly all aspects of real estate transactions while complying with social distancing. Gary, I visited every one of our offices this week, and Chris and I are congratulating the agents at RE/MAX Preferred Group on efforts to continue their business in a safe and compliant manner. And that's this morning's Moment with Myles.
Happy birthday, Myles. Today is your birthday, and we want to, everybody here at WDJO and Junk King and RE/MAX Preferred want to say happy birthday, my friend. You betcha. Wow. That was the captain of our ship, Mr. Myles Beersford, along with his lovely wife, Christine. They own RE/MAX Preferred Group, which is, by the way, the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the state of Ohio, and I'm so happy and proud to be part of that organization. We are cranking it up, ladies and gentlemen. Later on in the show, we're going to have a visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. Next week is my 4th of July show. It's going to be on new construction is our topic with Chris Howard of Drees Homes. We've never had a new construction person in here before. It's going to be a great show. Got a lot of regular listeners each week, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Keep telling your friends to tune in. Like us on Facebook, and I think the Facebook feed just dropped off. I don't know why, but we'll upload it later. And a special hi to Carol from South Lebanon, Charles T., Carolina and Corey, Felicia, Jane RE/MAX, Rich Cox, Leah Crane, Carol and Richard, my family, and also all our realtor friends who tune in and watch every week. Thank you all. Like us and keep telling your folks to watch us. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Junk King, Cincinnati, and Dayton, moving into Lexington, Louisville soon. That's 888-888-JUNK-5865. If you have a question, call us at 513-563-1480. We did get a winner to the trivia question, and it's Anthony Venuto. Yeah, Anthony Venuto from Cincinnati. You're going to get a $10 gift card to Starbucks. We'll give the answer away a little later on. When you hire Junk King, you're not helping to grow the landfills. What's the difference between recycling and repurposing?
Recycling would be, well, that was weird. Recycling, we scrap a lot of things. We'll take it to the metal recyclers. We also recycle e-waste, all kinds of different e-waste, foam padding from carpets and bed padding. Cardboard's another one. We do a lot of cardboard. Paper and magazines and books. Those are all, recycled. We recycle as much as humanly possible. I mean, anything that you can think of. The only thing that we haven't been able to the nut we haven't been able to crack is plastics yet. I see that in our pipeline. I know that there was a franchise out in California. Actually, the original franchise has a partnership with some plastic recyclers, but with China being the way it is now, it's kind of they've turned that knob off. So we're recycling almost everything that we pick up, if not repurposing or reusing in some way.
So repurposing, you first try and find a good home for your so-called junk that you haul, right?
That's right. We support a lot of different donation partners, such as Matthew 25, the New Life Furniture Ministries, Habitat for Humanity, Shop with a Cop. We support the Dragonfly Foundation, Care Portal, Salvation Army, the National Children Cancer Research Center, Paralyzed Vets, Cancer-Free Kids, Hope Worldwide, the Cincinnati Reuse Center, Crayon Initiative. We support the Clovernick Center for the Blind. The list just goes on and on and on and on. And it's hugely because of Jack, and Dakota's going to be taking a part of this as well, is reaching out to these people and finding out what their needs are.
Yeah.
And, we come across everything. If it's in your basement, attic, garage, barn, if it's laying in your front yard, we come across it. And a lot of times we come across it in forms that are still usable and able to have a lot of life left to them. So we support those charities in a lot of different ways, not just with the stuff that we bring back, but we also support them financially, and we also donate time. Like our management team will actually donate time to different charities to support them as much as possible.
We're also setting up a showcase room at the front of our office, where right when you walk in our front door, it actually used to be Jack's old office. We're turning it into like a showcase room. So we're going to have all the different partnerships, posting them in there, and just like giving people information about what they do.
So you run across a box full of crayons, you say, I know somebody can use that.
Yes. We have a barrel outside of my office, and anytime we come across crayons, it goes in the barrel, and then we take them to our reuser.
Also, something that I learned from you and Jack in the past shows was all these cans of old latex paint.
Yes.
That sits there, and it's been sitting there for about a year. It's not bad, but you're never going to use it again. Give it to you guys. You guys take it to Matthew 27 or
Matthew 25. They have one of the most impressive paint recycling programs in the country. Their facility is absolutely enormous, and it's beautiful. But they take all these latex paints, they put all the blues and any
936 Hatch, Mount Adams.
It's My Music History time, and this is what happened today. Back in 1964, Peter and Gordon went to number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with the John Lennon-Paul McCartney song, A World Without Love. Peter Asher went on to become James Taylor and Linda Ronstadt's manager. Back in 1970, the newly formed Queen, featuring Freddie Mercury on vocals, guitarist Brian May, drummer, Roger Taylor, and Mike Gross on bass, played their first gig at True Rose City Hall, Cornwall, England. They were billed as Smile, Brian and Roger's previous band, for whom the booking had been made originally. Original material at this time included an early version of Stone Cold Crazy. Today in 1980, Led Zeppelin appeared at the Messe Hall, Nuremberg, Germany during their last ever tour. After the group had played just 3 songs, drummer John Bonham collapsed on stage, causing the remainder of the show to be canceled. Today in 1987, Whitney Houston became the first woman in U.S. history to enter the album chart at number 1 with Whitney. She also became the first woman to top the singles chart with 4 consecutive releases when I Wanna Dance With Somebody hit number 1. Today in 1988, the Fat Boys filed a $5 million lawsuit against the Miller Beer Company following a TV commercial featuring 3 overweight rappers clad in Fat Boy-style Davy Crockett hats. Today in 1992, Michael Jackson played the first night on his Dangerous World Tour at the Olympic Stadium in Munich, Germany. The tour consisted of 69 concerts to approximately 3.9 million fans across 3 continents. All proceeds made from the tour were donated to various charities, including the Heal the World Foundation, Jackson's main reason for conducting the tour. And today in 2009, Black Eyed Peas went to number 1 on the U.S. album charts with the E&D, the group's 5th studio album. The album's lead single, Boom Boom Pow, topped the Billboard hit Hot 100 for 12 consecutive weeks. The second single, I Got a Feeling, replaced Boom and spent 14 weeks at number 1, giving the group 26 consecutive weeks at the top of the charts. Today in 2015, Chris Squire, the bass guitarist and co-founder of 1970s British progressive rock band Yes, died at the age of 67 after battling leukemia. He was the only member to appear on each of their 21 studio albums released from 1969 to 2014. And in 2016, Mac Rice, the composer who wrote Mustang Sally, died in Detroit at the age of 82. Rice originally recorded Mustang Sally himself in 1965, but the song was not initially a hit. It became a chart success 2 years later after Rice's former Falcons bandmate, Wilson Pickett, asked if he could record it. What a good choice. Rice was also known for co-writing one of the Staple Singers' biggest hits, Respect Yourself. Born on this day, back in 1947, American guitarist Jim Fuller from the Safaris, who had the 1963 U.S. number 2 single Wipeout. Fuller was known as the godfather of surf music, a Californian instrumental musician, and with his Fender guitar contributed to the popularity of Leo Fender's instruments. Fuller died on March the 3rd in 2017 at the age of 69. So there you have it. I hope you found these bits of music history as interesting as I did when researching them to share with you today. I'm called the Rock and Roll Realtor. Here's why. I play with the greatest classic rock band in Cincinnati, Bluestone Ivory. You can go to bluestoneivory.com for our website with our full schedule, which is very slim right now. I need to announce that the concert we were planning on July 11 in Keener Park, Westchester Township decided to cancel all concerts at the park and in the county for July. They have penciled us in for September the 5th. So plan on September the 5th at Keener Park, and we're going to be at Coney Island on September the 11th. Let's hope everything keeps going in the positive direction that way. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Junk King, Cincinnati and Dayton, soon to be Louisville and Lexington, 888-888-JUNK-5865. Guys, I have Dakota, and what is junk?
So junk, pretty much anything in your house that you don't need anymore. You look around and you got you want to get a new couch, you want to get rid of that old fridge in the basement, pretty much anything that you just think is junking up your house. We'll come and take.
And you don't have to wrap it. You don't have to move it out to the street. You don't have to. You just call you.
Yep, we'll come and take care of everything.
What do you call junk?
Junk is anything that you don't need any or want anymore. Anything. It could be anything. It could be a watch. That could be junk.
Okay.
You know, it could still work. You got a new one. I got a new Apple Watch. I don't need my old one. I consider that junk. It's all in the eyes of the beholder.
Everybody has a box full of old cell phones.
Heck yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
you can probably repurpose these, don't you?
100%. We recycle old cell phones. We have a partnership with several different people that will, they'll wipe them out and reuse them and repurpose them. For sure.
So what don't you haul?
Very, very few things we actually won't take. We typically don't take things that are hazardous, such as propane tanks and chemicals and stuff like that. It's hard to find. It's easier to talk about what we do take than it is what we don't, because there's just so many things that we will take as opposed to very limited amounts of things that we won't take.
Now, I know you have a partnership, a close relationship with Everything But the House, because here's something that a lot of our seniors out there who have bunches they think is junk, they don't need it anymore.
Right.
But guess what? It could be of value.
So we have a great partnership with EBTH where, Everything But the House. Anytime that we go into a person's house and they would require or need that kind of service, we always direct them that way. It helps them offset any of the items that they actually do sell, would help them offset any kind of removal fees they may have, on top of maybe putting a few bucks in their pocket. So
Jackie Denny is amazing. She
best.
knows her stuff.
Yes, she does. Inside and out.
I've seen her in action. She was sitting in one of my clients' living rooms and looking around, and she goes, "That's what's it call it? That's and she added up. There was almost $5,000 worth of valuable stuff in his house that he was just going to put out to the street and let trash pick it up.
And again, you don't know. You really don't know. It's all a matter of who sees it and what they see it being worth, or how it's valued. Now, a lot of times people will get themselves in trouble when they overinflate something's value or hold on to something that's unnecessary. But you really can't control what people put attachments to. So we're careful and cautious when we're going through people's homes to let them know, we appreciate their items. We're not just going to chuck it in the truck and throw it in the landfill. We're going to do everything humanly possible to keep it out of the dump. So that's what we do.
So if you think you might have some valuable stuff, you can call Junk King and they'll hook you up with Jackie Denny at Everything But the House at 888-888-JUNK 5865. 4th of July is coming up next week, and last time you were on, I was so impressed because you have the proper procedure for retiring old American flags.
It's very important to us. We respect the men and women of our military so much, and all the sacrifices that them and their family make for us to have the freedoms that we hold dear.
Yeah.
So whenever we come across an American flag, it's very important that, and all the guys, they carry this with them too. They bring that flag back to us and put it in the proper place, because we have vets that work for us, and they'll come in, they'll properly fold the flags. We display those folded flags in a glass case. Once that glass case is completely full, we'll take them to the American Legion where they're properly retired. So it's something good that we do, we feel, for our country and for the men and women that have fought for us.
That is so amazing. I just love that. You also had an incredible experience with Hope Worldwide to the Philippines.
Yeah, it's a really cool. That's a cool organization that we support. Again, it's a very it means a lot to the McCreary family. Judy's from the Philippines, and their adopted son Josh he was born in the Philippines, so we support that organization. They don't have anything, the only things they have are the things that we send them, and just putting a hole in a bucket to put a water filtration system in it would take them hours just to hand drill out a hole in the bucket. Where we'll send them, batteries and drills and stuff like that that they can actually do in moments, and it just blows their mind. Just the fact they recycle nails. They'll pull nails out of boards and straighten them out. And
I do that.
Not everybody's as cheap as you are, Kerry.
Why waste a good nail?
I guess if you're going to be that thrifty, of course, but if we do come across a bucket of nails in somebody's house, we'll find a new home for it for sure. And that's one of the ways we get it. Now, it costs us, and it's very expensive to ship stuff to the Philippines. It is not cheap. But we don't have any problem at all eating that cost because it's a good thing and it supports people that really, really need it.
So, Dakota, with all this diversity, all these partners and what you do with junk, does that make it more or less difficult to market a company like Junk King?
I would say it's definitely makes it a lot easier to market. Just like I said, when people know what we do with the items and that they are going to a good home or a good purpose, or we do at least everything we possibly can to get them to a good purpose, it definitely makes it easier because people want to hear what you have to say at that point.
Yeah. So your dad's the COO, so you're in charge of making sure all this stuff happens.
Yeah.
And Jack is the CEO and soon to be part owner.
Right.
And he doesn't have time to do all that. So they've got to hire somebody like you, young, enthusiastic, new, fresh ideas to get the word out to the masses.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow, that's
His
a great team.
generation is coming up, in this world where recycling and reusing things are more important than ever. They want this world to be here for them and their kids when they go on. So they're looking at ways even further out than myself or Jack would ever think about as far as the longevity and sustainability of our planet.
Right. 888-888-JUNK 5865. That is Jason and Dakota Lefker with Junk King. And they are the father and son who are making this thing go over the top along with the it's a whole group. I've seen you guys as a group, and it's like a big family.
It is.
That's great. Don't touch that dial. Next, we're going to have a visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You've been listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 1079.
The house is a rockin', don't bother knocking. Yeah, the house is a rockin', don't bother knocking.
Site for the menu, JeanRobertTable.com.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Get on. That's right.
Hey, we've been rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour with Jason and Dakota Lefker of Junk King. 888-888-JUNK 5865. The Dragonfly Foundation supports pediatric cancer families and patients by building a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other and the community, providing programs that enhance quality of life, enhancing programs, and partner with Cincinnati Children's Hospital. This gentleman is on the board of directors of the Dragonfly Foundation. He is their #1 cheerleader and #1 fan for years. I like to call him my friend, Mr. Bill Kerrigan. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, Gary, how are you?
Hey, we're doing fantastic this morning. How about you?
Great.
Good.
Great.
So give us a 30-second introduction of what the Dragonfly Foundation is, and then we're going to talk about what you need and the new fundraisers coming up. How's that?
That's great. Well, Gary, for your listeners that are not familiar with the Dragonfly Foundation, we've been in existence for about 10 years, and really our purpose is to serve families at Cincinnati Children's Hospital who are battling pediatric cancer. And as you can imagine, when you get a diagnosis like that, it rocks the entire family, not just the patient, but parents, siblings, grandparents. Everyone's impacted by it. And when you show up at Cincinnati Children's to begin your treatment, you will soon be greeted by
Bill, can you call back in if you hear us? We lost you. So I can continue the conversation. He was talking about. You get greeted with this blue bag, which is full of all the stuff that you packed up and left wherever you are in the country. Your child gets diagnosed, and they say, you need to get to Children's Hospital like now. You pack up you don't think about toothbrushes and hairbrushes and cell phone.
You just go.
Yeah. You leave, you walk in, you check in, and then all of a sudden you say, oh my gosh, my phone's about dead. I need gas. Where do we eat? What do we do? How do I brush my teeth? Blah, blah, blah. This blue bag has it all, and they stock it full of stuff. It's about $180 with the stuff that they put in there, and it's got to be brand new stuff.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Can't be recycled or repurposed.
Nope. Has to be new.
So that's what you get. And besides that, you are also, when you join the Dragonfly family, you get to meet other parents, families of who have been where you're at. We got Bill back on the. You back with us now,
Gary.
Bill? All right. Good deal. Well, Jason and I were just here following up your conversation. So we explained the blue bag and joining Dragonfly and how your family of volunteers will actually let them know it's okay. You're in the right place. We're here to help you. We've been there. We've done that. So it's
Absolutely.
called camaraderie.
Absolutely. But, Gary, all of this requires funding. And,
Exactly.
As you can imagine, during COVID-19 and a lot of people out of work, our fundraising has really been impacted. But the good news is we've got a plan. Do you mind me talking about a couple things coming up?
Absolutely.
First of all, our golf outing has been rescheduled for September the 28th, the Heritage Club in Mason.
What a
We're still
fantastic
looking
place.
for hole sponsors, event sponsors, and golfers. So if you want to enjoy a great day of golf, a fantastic event,
You guys golf?
sign up.
I got half a team right here. We'll get him to sign up.
Fantastic. All you need is two more. And also the Ride for Dragonfly. For all you bikers out there, you like to ride the bikes, September 13th, 9:30 to 5:30 at Queen City Harley in Fairfield. That's where the ride is going to begin and end. And when you come back, there'll be live music. There will be food trucks. There'll be all sorts of activities and fun things for the whole family to do. So you can find out about these events and more upcoming at www.dragonfly.org. And that is an excellent resource.
You bet.
If your heart is so moved, you can actually click on the donate tab right there and make a donation. But one other thing that I got to mention, which is really cool. We have a new partnership with Cincy Shirts. There is a great shirt on that website, and it is a Dragonfly Foundation shirt, and it says, "Hugs will resume shortly."
Mm-hmm.
And boy, doesn't have more than one meaning right now. So go to Cincy Shirts, get yourself and your kids and your mom and dad, get everybody a great Dragonfly T-shirt. Wear it loud, proud, and sassy, and wear it all the time to support our great cause.
I'll wear mine next week. Absolutely. On the 4th of July, I'm going to wear my Hugs Will Resume momentarily. Is it? Shortly. Yeah.
Shortly.
I'm going to wear
Shortly.
my. And also, I want to just let you know I'm going to be the music sponsor for the golf outing. I'm
Awesome.
pledging that right now. So I saw that on your list.
You're the best.
I want to the Rock and Roll Realtor is going to be the music sponsor for the golf outing. There you go.
I love it.
So also
Thank you so much.
Kroger Community Rewards. Everybody shops Kroger and everybody shops on Amazon. If you do Amazon Smiles, you can designate every dollar, every penny you spend on Amazon, a portion will go to Dragonfly Foundation and won't cost you an extra dime.
I can tell you Junk King does that 100%.
There you go. How about that?
Love it.
Kroger Community Rewards. Everybody's got a Kroger card because the more you spend there, the more. I know my wife watches the gas, and we just got $1 off a gallon last month. It was crazy. We both go and fill. Plus, if you designate the Dragonfly Foundation, a small portion goes to Dragonfly Foundation every time you go and buy milk and Kleenex and butter. at Kroger. That's awesome. Dragonfly.org. Go to it. Go to it today. Also, if you want to help them right now, ladies and gentlemen, get your smartphone out. Text the word WINGS15 to 71777. You can donate anywhere from $5, $1,550, $500, $5,000. Whatever makes you feel good about helping a great organization like the Dragonfly Foundation. Bill, thank you very much for coming on every Saturday morning. We appreciate that. We're just about out of time. Thanks for a great show. Thanks to all who tuned in, and Jason and Dakota with Junk King. If you missed any of the shows, you can listen to them on the podcast, both audio and all the Facebook videos. You'll find me at rockincincy.com, or you can go to itunes.com, the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. Please remember, I am a realtor. I'm open for business. Call me at 513-777-2402. Don't forget to hug your kids, call your parents, kiss your spouse every day, and wash your hands constantly. Tune in next week, my 4th of July show with Chris Howard of Drees Homes. Coming up next is Wesley Adams and the Car Tech Show. Having dinner with a friend Tuesday night, he mentioned that he played golf with this gentleman last week. This is one of the most soulful singers I've heard in Cincinnati, Mr. Bill Wilson with Blue Sun Ivory in our version of the Otis Redding hit, I've Been Loving You Too Long.
Been loving you too long to stop now. You were tired and your love is going cold. My love is growing stronger since our affair grows old. Oh, I've been loving you, oh, a little too long. I don't want to stop now. With you, my life, oh, it's been so wonderful. Please don't make me stop now. You were tired and your love is growing cold. My love is growing stronger since our affair grows old. Oh, I've been loving you a little too long. I don't want to stop now. Loving you, oh, a little too long. Please don't make me stop now. No, no. Please don't make me stop now. Oh, no. I'm down on my knees. Please don't make me stop now.